Hey race fans, Alex Weaver here to break down a doubleheader weekend from Michigan International Speedway. I'm going to welcome in our championship winning crew chief, Cole Pearn. In case we didn't know it, Kevin Harvick is pretty good at Michigan.
Yeah, no kidding, eh? They definitely weren't ones complaining when they saw a doubleheader at Michigan, that's for sure. No, they just had great speed in the car. The car looked like it was driving great all weekend, and they executed. They did everything right, so they deserved to win both races, and they earned it.
But this was the very first time in a points race that we saw the choose rule on track. So, Cole, let me get your reaction for it because I think you might like it.
Oh, I loved it. I thought it was great. You know, I thought it just a perfect place to break it out at is Michigan. It's so critical. I thought there was great strategy. And at the end of the day, it's fair. You know, people can call it a gimmick or whatever they want. But for those race teams that are competing on a weekly basis, this is the most fair thing that has happened to them in a long time. So from a competitor standpoint, watching it, I thought it was great. I thought the strategy part of it was great. You know, it's not a guaranteed, but I don't know. I applaud NASCAR big time for putting it in.
Watching and seeing the drivers and the teams work together based on that choose rule, it has to be important for track position, but it's also important to think about who's behind you, pushing you, and what pusher you want back and what lane you choose, right?
Yeah, it's a huge element. It's just adds another strategy game to it. You know, not only are you picking the lane, it's who you're going to line up behind and who's going to line up on the outside. You could be, you know, you could pick one side that ends up hurting another guy on the other side. So it could mix up teammate battles or help you. So I just think it's a huge strategy element now. And I don't know. At the end of the day, again, it's fair, and that's the best part.
Well, if anybody's watched the show before, they know that I'm a big fan of your social media, but you got called out a little bit on Sunday for your take on Keselowski getting out of the car. What did you make of the Blaney and Kes tangle on track?
I don't know if I got called out. I'm pretty sure I got torched. So I was like, wow, these people are coming at me. So I was just making a joke, but apparently people don't really get that on Twitter, which I should know that by now, but either way. Yeah, I mean, it was just, I think Brad broke it down perfectly. He got a huge run and carried way more momentum into turn one than he had been, and carried way more speed. And yeah, I think he clipped the apron a little bit and unloaded the left side and lost it. So, man, it sucks. Definitely, I've been on the other side of it when you're the guy spinning out on the inside, and it's just yeah, it sucks. So I hate it for them. They both had really strong cars. I think, you know, really other than Denny and the Ford, the two Penske cars were the two strongest cars. So it would have been great to see, you know, if the race would have been mixed up a little bit more if they were all in it at the end.
It has to make it worse, too, for the organization, the fact that you take two cars out of the organization instead of just one. They were teammates.
Oh, it's never good. That's for sure. No, it's yeah. But Brad did the right thing. Brad owned it. You know, it was his mistake, and he owned it. So I think usually when somebody does that, it nips it in the butt because everybody knows that they make mistakes, and it could be them the next time. So as long as you're owning it, I think that does a lot to calm the waters down.
We saw the little mix-up between Eric and Marola with hot dog was the word. I don't know if he'll ever eat a hot dog ever again because that was supposed to mean to come down pit road. He stayed out. How do you feel about code words?
I hated them. We never used them just surely for that scenario, right? I think, I don't know. I always laugh when people are using them and stuff because I'm like, really, probably no one else really cares what you're doing anyways. They're so consumed trying to figure out what own pickle you're going to make. So it's not that you're scanning someone else. And I think you just end up outsmarting yourself. And that's exactly what they did. I think it stands way more to cause you failure than it does to ever going to really help you. So.
All right. Well, I see all the Indy memorabilia behind you. You are in Indy getting ready for the Indy 500, but we have the Daytona road course coming up. So start taking notes because who knows what's going to happen.
Man, I hope it rains. I just want full onslaught of chaos. I think maximum chaos is going to be the best way to describe Daytona road course. So it'll be interesting. You know, I think this is a clear case of who's going to prep the best, and it just could be somebody that gets lucky and hits the setup. So it'll be interesting to watch. I definitely I can't see if I've ever watched a cup race where they're going there and never been on track before and going straight into the race. So
Yeah.
This is a unique experience for sure.
Yeah, turn one. let's see how many get.
I don't think it's just turn 1. I think it's turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, everything.
Yeah. Well, it will be an interesting Sunday for sure. Make sure that you tune into the Daytona Road Course. But Cole, thank you for breaking Michigan down and start taking notes.
Thanks, Alex.